How do you experience? Of course, I should ask myself, because we are one. It's one self. We're one mind. So why do I ask you? I should ask myself, of course. But still, I will ask you. How do you feel? What is there is a direction. It seems to be a direction in that consciousness has a direction. It wants something. I mean, because all this is consciousness, but humankind, we were amobas, we were, I mean, small cells back in this, a couple of 100 million or billion years ago. And now we are this. So why does consciousness play this game?
It is the nature of consciousness not just to rest motionless within itself. It is the nature of consciousness to vibrate within itself and for its infinite potential to assume form. It doesn't do it for a reason. That there is no reason for manifestation, because any reason would already be something manifest.
So in a way, it's just a big joke, right?
No, I didn't say that or suggest that. Did I? I just said there was no reason. I suggested there was no reason for it.
It's just the nature of things.
It's the nature of consciousness.
To just do.
To vibrate within itself. Consciousness at rest is a field of infinite potential. But that field of infinite potential is not just motionless or static. If it was static, its potential would never be realized in form. It would just remain empty, silent, motionless, static potential. But its nature is also to vibrate within itself, if we can call it that, and in doing so, to realize its potential, to actualize its potential. That is its nature.
And it does that, you mean, through a development? Because there seems to be a development, I mean, from amobas to human beings and...
Yes, that there is a series of contractions.
So how do you see, where are we heading?
Where are we as human beings heading, or where is consciousness heading?
Exactly.
Which
the last one.
Consciousness is not heading anywhere.
But it seems to us it is, right?
Well, it may seem to us that way, but if that's how it appears, that's how it appears from the limited perspective of a human mind. But from consciousness's perspective, consciousness is not going anywhere. It has never gone anywhere. It is not destined for. There is nowhere for it to go. If you were to ask King Lear, for what is John Smith destined? John Smith is not destined for anything that takes place in King Lear's world. Nothing that takes place in King Lear's world is of any consequence to John Smith. John Smith has no vested interest in what does or does not happen to King Lear or his daughters or his courtiers. John Smith is not going anywhere. He's just going to go back home at the end of the play. He doesn't lose anything. He doesn't stand to lose anything or gain anything from the content of the play. He has no vested interest in it. It doesn't mean to say that whilst the play is performing, that John Smith is not utterly intimately one with the play. He is utterly intimately one with King Lear's life. But just because he is one with it doesn't mean that he is identical to it, or that he has a vested interest in it. He is one with it, and at the same time free from it. So consciousness
so
is
you
like
mean
that.
It's just we that see there is a kind of development in the universe. Consciousness doesn't experience it that way, if you could put it that way.
Yes, it is only from the point of view of a limited mind that that there is evolution in time and space. And I'm not invalidating evolution, the fact that there is evolution at the level of the mind. It's valid. And it is valid that we pay attention to evolution or development or progress. I'm not meaning to imply that I'm not dismissing it or suggesting that it is not relevant or not valuable or valid to pay attention to it. I'm just suggesting that from consciousness's point of view, it is not evolving. It is not destined for anything. It has no vested interest in manifestation. That's why it's at peace.
And still it does all this.
When you are at peace, isn't that feeling of being at peace or being happy precisely the end of all your projects?
In a way, yes.
Yes, precisely because you've got that for which all your projects took place. You're experiencing peace. You don't want to evolve. When you're happy, do you have a desire to cease being happy and have something else? No, because you've landed where you want to be. So that the experience of happiness is the end of your evolution, the end of your projects, the end of becoming, the end of your purposes. All your purposes and plans were destined for happiness. When you feel happiness, when you feel peace, your plans and your purposes and your desires all come to an end. Well, consciousness is happiness.
And still I go on doing things.
Right?
And still I go on becoming new things.
Yes. Either you go on doing things because you have not yet realized that the happiness you seek resides in your own being, or you have realized that, and the projects you get involved in are simply projects whose purpose is to share and celebrate and express that happiness. So I'm not suggesting even that desires or projects come to an end, but they are no longer motivated to find happiness. They come from happiness.
Thank you, Rupert.